So, what's going on, everybody? Who is more angry right now? The Louisville basketball fan base or one Dino Gaudio? Answer that question. Who is more disappointed? What's going on, Erastus? Lauren, good evening. What's up? I'm a little late. I was talking on the phone and cooking. Yes, cooking. Don't yell at me. It's Solo. You say Dino? I don't know, man. The fan base is getting really, really frustrated with these cancellations. But I think everybody was kind of prepared for this one. Once everybody found out we were just now getting back into to practice. And here's the thing. I would never want to accuse my coach, Matt, as a fan. I know. I would look. But here's the thing, Lauren. Here's the problem. With Louisville not playing, do you realize every game they're moving up in the net rankings by not playing? Something to think about. So at first, we're kind of like, just throw them out there, even if we got to play with 6 or 7 guys. But when you start seeing you moving up the net rankings by not playing, can you be mad at them for not playing? Even though, of course, I want them to play. I want to see them getting better, all that good stuff. But I know Coach Gaudio wanted to coach the team, just be the head coach for a day to just get the rush of doing something he obviously loved to do. Put one more win. I like watching games. I know what you're saying. I do love watching the games. I know. Listen, I like watching them. But like I said, big picture, I do. Yes, Todd, yes, the game is canceled. Go T, what's going on? Yes, the game is canceled, but listen, the good thing is they've already rescheduled it for March 3rd, I believe. Go T, what's going on, Dre? Per press release, hold on, let me get this real quick. So I can give you the official press release. Is the Atlantic Coast Conference announced today that the Louisville Virginia Tech men's basketball game scheduled for Saturday, February 13th has been postponed and is rescheduled for Wednesday, March 3rd. Time and network designation will be determined at a later date. The postponement follows the continuing quarantine and contact tracing within the Louisville men's basketball program. The team is adhering to the outlined protocols within the ACC Medical Advisory Group report, which is available on the ACC.com. Full report. Louisville's next game is scheduled Wednesday, February 17th. Syracuse at the Yum Center. Oh, y'all better be ready for that game. Yeah, Ras, this is a wrap. We are not playing. It sucks. Yeah, I can deal with it. Listen, I'm just talking about basketball here too. Like I'm not doing your views on protocols or your views on should we be playing sports and stuff like that. I'm just saying from the competitive standpoint, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the game is going to be Saturday morning. If our first practice was Wednesday, we're going to get smashed by Virginia Tech. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the postponement. Listen, did y'all hear the Arkansas song? Did y'all hear it? Was it thumbs up or thumbs down? Did y'all hear the opening of the show today? I had to get on Birdhead Ryan today. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. Because Brian Hall can't stop talking to the caller. So, wait, I guess we have another day we get to watch UK lose. They play Auburn. That's going to be a close game. That's going to be a close game. I mean, we do got to admit they are getting better, and they played pretty good, which is what really made it funny. Jason Johns, Jason, don't come here and make me feel old. But what's going on? Maybe they'll let us play Kentucky again, just a sure win. Oh, I listen. Bradley, you okay? Y'all enjoyed the song? Yeah, if you were okay with the song, let me know. If you thought it was too long or it was, I didn't know people would actually listen to the lyrics. I was hoping they would after you take an L. Arkansas. Wait, Heartbreaker. Easy Mac, are you talking about the cancellation song? The cancellation, or are you talking about the Arkansas song? Because, like I said, I was just hoping. I was hoping everyone would listen to the lyrics. But I didn't know any songs. I didn't know it. Listen, I didn't know anything Arkansas related. If y'all already know, Jason, I humbly disagree. Man, it's some dogs that came out of that place, man. That was the point I was making. You can get 3 stars out of towns. You just got to find competitive hotbeds for basketball. They're all over the country. You find them. You mine them for talent. Hold on. Listen. Hold on. I'm gonna play some music for about 5 seconds. Let me know if y'all can hear it or not. 5 seconds. Just give me a yes or no. Could y'all hear any music just now? Okay, so this is what happened. I know I gotta have some music. I don't know anything Arkansas. Secretary told me there was like some Johnny Cash Arkansas song, maybe maybe there's like I said, there's a Johnny Cash Arkansas song. There's like just some. I can't believe Arkansas doesn't have more music familiarity. Are y'all familiar with the phrase "banging in Little Rock"? 6'4". I'm 5'13". That is funny. Okay, well this is what I ended up doing, y'all. For those of you that didn't get to hear the show at the beginning, I'll give y'all about 30 seconds of this. I really do hate that people have to come to the night show to even, get part of the discussion. But we will do a quick share. Let me know if the volume's too loud. Comment anyway. The best way you know how. Share audio. Okay, this here's what we'll do, y'all. This is what I use, y'all.
I may talk a little smack when I'm bragging about my team. I got the jersey and the hat. Sometimes I take it to extreme.
Oh my God!
Game day comes around, you'll see a little pride on my face. Cause I've got season tickets to the best seats in this place. And when my team takes the field, I won't cut you any slack. I'll be cheering like a school.
I listen to this. I said, this is perfect. Oh my God. I knew it. It was the perfect so that was the show opening. I could not help myself. Yeah, I'm disappointed about the game. But again, now I think we're kind of in the driver's seat. Basically, we can make a big jump on our resume, or we can make a big fall. And listen, it's funny, y'all. The desperation to try to drag down all the other programs or try to put Louisville in a big panic for another slow football competition bids. You talked about. Sure. Wait a minute. Chuck, rephrase that one. Show request for another slow day football competition bids. You talked about it on your show earlier this week. Share some of that. Oh yeah, listen, listen, Jesse, a good vacation will do that for you. You come back, you got fresh energy. Yeah, look, he didn't get to have any fun with the Tennessee stuff. Yeah, he was like off the grid for a while. So his sports energy, you could definitely feel it when he got back in there. Yeah, no, it was total healthy, revitalized rubbish today. So hold on. Okay, listen. My point was they're gonna try to drag Louisville. What's Louisville's record right now? Listen, Ryan, I was not wrong. Ryan, you got to think, man. See it from my point of view. Think about this. We're talking. And then we ask Brian a question. Brian has no idea what we've been talking about for 5 minutes, right? Like, you got to think about this. Okay, Ryan, this is how Brian is when you call, literally. So he'd be like this. This is your producer, right? Like, you need your producer for back and forth. You need him for a conversation. You need him to look up stuff. Brian's back there like this. Now imagine looking at your producer do that during the show, and you can't. And then look, and imagine, Ryan, if you've been talking about Dana Evans or something, right? And 10 minutes later, he comes in and says, "What about Dana Evans?" We're like, Brian, we were talking about Dana Evans 10 minutes ago. What have you been doing? Everybody just heard 10 minutes of Dana Evans talk. You rejoined it. Ryan, it sounds horrible on the radio. You know, people listening are like, what are they doing in there? And then I can't like throw everybody under the bus and say, Brian's back there just talking on the phone to somebody about God knows what. Like, you got to see it from, I only have a 2-hour show. And when you take up 3 minutes and somebody else takes up 6 minutes of a conversation that's not about what we're talking about, you basically don't have a producer because he's occupied. So that's what. Hi, Tina. It's not a banner year, it's a t-shirt year. No, listen, you owned it. And again, it's not personal, but if I don't say something, he will talk on the phone. It's hard to get off the phone. I get it. But he will talk, and he will have no idea what's going on the show. No, listen, I get it. If you saw it through my eyes and you had to ask a question and you're just like, like, you got to wait till he gets off the phone to ask him a producer question. Listen, so that's why, listen, I had no idea it was you on the phone. It didn't matter. He was just back there just in his own world. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, Brian, get off the phone. We got to talk about, we only have 2 hours to get it done. We gotta talk. You gotta hang up. After last night's show, I know. I am going to listen. I'm not gonna run out of Tina. What you been up to? Hold on. So now this is also what I got to do, y'all. Hold on. Did my camera just go dead? Let me make sure. Okay, hold on. Let me catch up on the comments really quick. No, I still Secretary, we didn't go in on him. See, and Secretary, he didn't take it personal, so leave me alone. Not leave me alone. He didn't take it personal, so it wasn't that bad. So this is what I got to do, y'all. I have to do this as a part of my night. Normally, I would have already done this, but since y'all are here, no, he's right there. He's in the room right now. You can ask him yourself if you want. Hold on, y'all. We got to do a couple minutes of this because I gotta hear if there's any slick talk going on. I heard there may be some slick talk, so we gotta check it real quick. So y'all can check it with me, and we'll see if there's any hating going on.
Warehouse worker. Earn $14.50 per hour in an essential job, plus get money for college. Search and apply now at upsjobs.com/Louisville.
Okay.
That's upsjobs.
What you tell them to do and not interact in certain ways with certain people, or they're not.
Hold on. Let's see
Right,
what's going on.
I'm putting you two in your corners. No, Mark, stop. Stop, Mark. You said.
Did they start off the show playing the Diener versus Blake and Baker versus Bud versus Baker sound? Oh.
Your piece. Dave said his. We can discuss.
First Buzz Baker on a Wednesday. Good afternoon.
Mitchell Hannigan.
Play your docket sound. Fellas, good afternoon.
Look,
I
gotta do something to take the edge off.
I had to listen to this, y'all.
Oh,
Over the road.
See what's going on.
Get a better car. Get a Jeep.
Yeah,
Get a Jeep.
Get four-wheel drive.
Get a Range.
Yeah,
Get a Range Rover.
Yeah,
Wait, Jesse, which question did I miss?
Like Mitch.
Do you have four-wheel drive, Mitch?
No, I drive an old crappy. Well, it's not old. It's not crappy. I love my truck. It's a '98 Ford Ranger, or not Ford Ranger, Ford F-150.
Hold on, I see. Okay, Jesse, I didn't see that.
I
Sorry.
used to have a Ford Ranger. That's why I total slip of the mind. But yeah, no, my
A
truck's
total
fine.
slip of the mind.
Slip of the
Not
mind.
a
The same thing
total
Olivier
eclipse of
Sarr
the
had
heart.
last night. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, Jesse,
Slip of
listen,
the mind.
listen. Ironically,
57,
Jesse, to answer your question, that's why I gotta go back and listen for myself. Because sometimes you know, like sometimes somebody will tell you what somebody said on another show or something, and when you go back and listen, you're like, okay, that's kind of out of context. But I do have to scrub the other shows to see if they're enough to get my antennas up. Cause but I told them, like, listen, I told them, don't stop playing with me. Because listen, I will. So I did not see your question earlier, but that's why I went right here to check, to do a little background research for myself. It's the very end of the show. Okay. Yeah. See, I didn't hear the Diener part, but I mean, you gotta think about it too. They know I'm having a good time. And again, everybody else is scared to listen. They can't say a negative thing about UK without following it up with some negative Louisville talk. But they can talk about Louisville without bringing any negative UK stuff up. That's a fact. They are all scared of BBN because they all want to be Matt Jones. Or they want to rise to the status of Matt Jones. Listen, I almost want to give a pep talk. Be who you are. If you're going to let a BBN or anybody else bully you, you're never going to be great. Are you just hiding underneath? You're just hiding under the blouse, the BBN blouse? Go be great. Okay, so let me hear if there's any slickness going on, y'all.
Is the UPS Jobs text line
Ah.
on this Wednesday? And
Yeah, y'all can give me
here's
your
what
comments,
I have.
too.
Now, we are busy today. Pat Forty will join us from Sports Illustrated at 4
I mean-
o'clock. A busy 4 o'clock
is
hour.
it-
Mike Pratt.
Yes, I haven't went back over to Drew's show
James
yet.
Steele coming up at about 4:45 or so. Have a couple different Louisville items coming up today. Terrence Clark, that saga, some updates on that. But last night, let's just cut right.
Let's
here.
hear.
We can talk about.
Let's hear what.
Ice
let's-
storm.
Let's hear where he goes with it.
And I know you just sent the sound sheet here. Calipari battling John Hale. Calipari battling Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, let me see what they're
Calipari
talking about,
battling-
y'all.
I mean, I don't know who else. Johnny Lang.
Everybody.
Anybody else last night. We'll get into all of that. And you guys did a fine job on the post game.
Thank you.
Listening and watching and watching Kentucky fans last night whining on Twitter.
Oh, I know.
Just and then
The refs
and then
stole it.
Mitch, have you noticed the pivot? How proud now everybody is of this Kentucky team.
Yes.
They're
That's
proud.
pretty funny.
Oh, wait till
Oh
you
my
hear
God.
Cal in the
Olivier-
locker room.
Yeah, Olivier Sarr. We can play that. Olivier Sarr. Every Louisville fan said this. If my coach did this, I would be.
Why you gotta bring up
upset
Louisville?
with Cal and the moral
You're-
victory. I'm
you're
like,
2 minutes
football
into the
coach
show.
does do it
All the
And
time.
the
You
number
see
two
what I'm saying?
basketball team has COVID
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
So,
You see what I'm
your team
saying?
Is falling apart, and
Yeah.
Take a
nobody,
break.
and nobody
Not
cares.
3 minutes into the show. You see what I'm saying? He literally cannot say anything negative about Kentucky without throwing 3 shots at Louisville. I can't believe that. I was listening to the show just to see. I thought I was gonna have to listen to 30 minutes. I thought I was gonna have to literally scrub the show to hear what was going on. 3 minutes into the show, you kind of half said BBN is whining. And that was enough for you to have to throw 3 shots at Lou. Whining. And you couldn't even say that without talking. This is why I am who I am.
To text Robin today, I'm like, you guys not care?
Are y'all mad?
We'll get into all of that.
Listen to that. Listen to that.
And you guys did a fine job on the post game.
Listen to this, y'all.
Listening and watching Kentucky fans last night whining on Twitter.
Oh, I know.
Just and then
The refs
and then
stole it.
Mitch, have you noticed the pivot? How proud now everybody is of this Kentucky team.
Yes.
They're
Okay.
proud.
You're
Oh
making
my
a
God.
joke about UK.
Yeah, Olivier Sarr. We can play that. Olivier Sarr. Every Louisville fan said this.
And then you got to bring up every Louisville fan. You say one negative thing about Kentucky, and then you go to Louisville hate.
If my coach did this, I would be so upset with Cal and the moral victory. I'm like, well, number one, your football coach does do it
All the time.
and number two, your basketball team has COVID again.
Yeah.
So and their season is falling apart, and
Take a break.
nobody cares.
Yeah.
Y'all see what I'm saying? You're making fun of Louisville basketball for going on a COVID pause as your response to UK players fouling out and walking straight to the locker room. The winningest program of all time is 5-13 because they lost Kenny Payne and Worldwide. The fans whining. Your number one recruit is blaming the refs and all that. And you find a way to make your commentary about Louisville. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Y'all see what I'm talking about? That's what makes you not that. Listen, that is not neutral. That is unfair. That is like listen, you are a shill. You are a Kentucky shill. I'm gonna act like I'm criticizing Kentucky, but I'm really just gonna just try to find a way to put on my Superman cape for Kentucky and turn and let me make sure I give Kentucky a bunch of stuff that you can say back to.
That's a text Robin today. I'm like, you guys, we'll get into all of that.
One more time.
And you guys did a
so y'all can see how
on the post game.
So y'all can see how pathetic this is.
Watching and
Kyler, you're right
Kentucky
on time.
Fans and Kentucky fans last night whining on.
Actually, y'all forgive me. I know I just said this, but Kyler, if you just got here, I want you to hear the moment Sweetie and Strebel even say anything remotely criticizing Kentucky. Watch how they always got to bring Louisville into some negative talk about Kentucky. They will never say anything about Kentucky by themselves in a negative light without, did I hurt your feelings? Well, look at Louisville. Look at Louisville. They're on a COVID pause. Ha 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 ha. Well, their football coach. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Again, all this Kentucky is falling apart stuff, and you find a way to open your show hating on Louisville. Like, what is that? So yeah, I just had to explain, Kyler, just so you can hear this again with your own two ears.
Twitter,
I know.
So y'all know that I'm not. This is not conspiracies.
Have you noticed the pivot? How proud now everybody is.
And their best player opted out. Thank you, Travis.
Oh, wait till you
my
hear
God.
Cal in the locker room.
Yeah, Olivier Sarr. We can play that. Olivier Sarr. Every Louisville fan said this. If my coach did this, I would be so upset with Cal and the moral victory. I'm like, well, number one, your football coach does do it
all the time.
And number two, your basketball team has COVID again. Yeah. So, and their season is falling apart, and nobody cares. Yeah. I meant to text Robin today. I'm like, you guys not care?
Are y'all mad or upset or worried?
Yeah, is nobody worried? Am I the only one anyway? But that game last night.
What y'all think about that? That's the opening of their show. They want this to be, a bigger in Kentucky as a radio station. That's the opening of your show. What do y'all think? No, I'm literally reading the comments. I want to know everybody in this room. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Instagram, I want to know y'all opinion. Like, first of all, how would you feel about it as a Louisville fan? How should Marcus Maben feel about that? And why? Like, what's up with that? But I told y'all, that's a tactic. That's a tactic. You are scared to say something about Kentucky. And every Louisville fan's right. If a player walked past the coach and straight to the locker room, what would they be doing with that? No, I literally. I mean, but Jeff, like, first of all, Jeff, here's the problem. First of all, Jeff, here's the problem. I don't have producers to say, okay, what I'm doing right now, me going back and listening to the shows to hear all the stuff they say, they have two producers that are just sitting around listening to our whole show for commentary, making sound sheets and give to them. Brian is the only producer we have. And Brian, when he's not in the studio, he's not doing studio business. So I would literally have to listen to 3 hours. And Lord help me if Drew says something, I would literally have to sit around and listen to hours and hours of radio to sit around and do what they do. But they literally they tell Jack, and they tell Mitch, they tell Process, go listen to Maybe the Rummage, anything you can find out of the whole show that we may be able to use as troll material. I want you to cut it up and send it. Could you imagine if I had 3 producers sitting around listening to everything they say, and then I can just make my whole show about clowning them? or clowning everybody else in the studio. Imagine that. Oh, but that's why on the YouTube channel in the evening, we get to talk about all this good stuff. Y'all get to come in here and y'all get to hear the truth. I mean, Jesse, did it really sound like shade to you? Louisville NIT season with our coach. I mean, Antron, I know. They just won't listen. Listen, they won't say anything about Kentucky without bringing Louisville into it. Like, you couldn't even, like, Calipari, you're comparing Coach Calipari and Moral Victory Talk to coaches that are rebuilding a 2-10 football team. Think about that. Think about this. Hall of Fame John Calipari and winningest basketball program. The head coach of this program is 5-13, and he's doing a moral victory conversation about Arkansas. And you decide, how can I make BBN feel better about this? Hey, I know what I'll do. I'll bring up a football coach who's entering a 2-year Louisville football coach who took a 2-10 team. And when he talks about guys playing hard, and I'm going to say, see, it's the same thing. You know that's not the same thing. We were 2-10 2 years ago. You brought a coach in here to rebuild a program whose morale had tanked. We literally had statistically the worst defense in history of football. So when that guy says playing hard is important, we got to start with just playing hard and everybody doing their job. But we got Hall of Fame over here with 3 5-star NBA players with 2 first-rounders and a whole team full of 4-stars. And I'm going to compare that to this because we have to make them feel good about themselves. No, as a matter of fact, not only do we bring up the football team in rebuild mode, Louisville has COVID again. They got contact traced or their coach tested positive. Oh, y'all don't even care? We've watched 80 coaches. We've watched 80 coaches in college that we know about miss games, miss time. We've watched all kind of teams have to take a 7-day, 10-day break. All-time historic meltdown, rebuilding program, they take moral victories of playing hard. They have COVID and their season's falling apart. We're moving up in the rankings by not playing. We've already qualified with our minimum 14 games to be in the tournament. We just beat Georgia Tech, 2 weeks ago in one of the better performances that we've had the entire year. You're frustrated at best. Who would you be mad at? Who would you be mad at? Your coach is not running around here just going to college, frat parties. kids going to school, you're kissing your kids. I mean, stuff happens sometimes. COVID spreads like anything else. But those two comparisons is what you do to like control. Lauren, that's what, and I always want to know, what do y'all want to know? Because sometimes I don't know what I need to tell y'all or what we need to talk about. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, let me get down. Jesse. Yeah, I would have to listen to that for context. Look, that might irritate me. So maybe I don't need to listen to it. Right. No. Yeah. Big GD 74. Right. Now, okay. Now, their earlier comment was Blake and Baker got into it about Blake and Baker talking about the COVID pause at Kentucky. And that turned into a big deal. So yeah, like, the whole Louisville team's got COVID. Aren't y'all mad? What? Makes sense, does it? Is that what you're going to talk about today? How the Louisville football coach believes in moral victories? Louisville fans. That's funny. Your football coach, your rebuilding football coach, wants guys to play hard just like Cal. Y'all figure it out for me. Y'all let me know what's going on. Okay, let me go to yeah, right. And here's the thing. And your football team, like, okay. You know what though? Antron, here's what's funny. Wait till y'all see the comments coming out of the football program. That's going to be a conversation. Right, Sean. You're absolutely right. And listen, they see the train. They see the train coming. They see coaching is necessary now. Y'all see the G League? Listen, that G League team, they just put the G League team that's getting the seniors now. Now that they're changing the one and done rule. It's back to coaches. Coaches are the stars of college. You have to be able to coach your talent. Your assistant coaches have got to be able to develop. Y'all got to be on the same page as a program. If you're not, it comes apart. That's why I never really get mad at coaches for picking up people they trust, because you got to be on the same page. When you leave your assistant coach at home to work out with a kid that you know is shutting it down, that's not a good recipe, y'all. Hold on. Yes, you beat Louisville, you get rings. You should be making that joke every single day. Nah, you scared to take that on. I mean, Kelly, like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? No, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, easy, Matt. That's what I'm talking about. Actually, I should play that tonight, huh? Oh, Hart. I guarantee it. I guarantee he puts on, listen, if I could screenshot how many gifs of the Superman, the Superman meme of just anytime Kentucky does something bad, here comes it. And here's the problem. Y'all ever see like somebody trying to like kiss up to somebody, but knowing the person they kiss up to doesn't like them? And it's like, dude, stop kissing up to them. They don't like you. sound like, oh no. But you know what? Since we're all in here, I did make that point. You know what? Easy Mac, I think that's a great idea. You were absolutely right. You are absolutely right. We'll run through this. Let me make sure I catch the comments. Hold on real quick. I know. I try to get a bit. Hold on. I'm gonna go to it. Wait a minute. Pause. Chastity, welcome to Midnights with Marcus Maven. We appreciate you joining us this evening. For all of us people who don't have to go to bed at 11 o'clock and enjoy our evening glasses of wine and cocktail times. Normally we start at 11 o'clock. Sometimes when we just can't wait, we'll start at 10:30. We hope to have you back again. And everybody in the room welcomes you. Now, let me do a little screen share so y'all can hear what's going on. But I do want y'all to hear something in particular. But let's see our energy of our coach because we're back at it.
What's up, Coach?
Go ahead, guys. Let's go ahead and still rapid fire at him.
Brian, can you just what do you try to get accomplished early in spring? It hadn't been much time since the end of the year.
Thanks for staying, Coach.
With the defense this year.
Well, when you talk about just spring ball in general, you always got to start with the fundamentals. You know, that's the main thing is just make sure our guys are fundamentally sound. We're not game planning for anybody. We're not scheming offense. We're just trying to get in our base stuff, you know, and do a great job with the fundamentals. That's the first and foremost thing. And then the next thing is effort, you know, just making sure our guys are giving a lot of effort, you know, and doing just a little things right and making sure we execute our base. That's the main and most important thing for spring ball.
Brian, when your defense takes a step, such a big step forward like it did last year, when you look at it this offseason, what do you think there's some focuses you guys need to take the next step to improve and be kind of where you guys want to be as an
Sorry, y'all, the ads coming.
In January this year, I did ayahuasca with a shaman from Colombia. Now,
see.
Well, I think the first thing you look at is P&T and first down. You know, you got to be able to win those in order to get guys behind the sticks a little bit to where you can get some more third and longs as opposed to a lot of third and shorts. I'm going to take my roast too, y'all. And then so you can get off the field on third downs as well, right? So first down, P&Ts, those type things, and then making sure we're able to get off the field on third downs when they do come up, you know. So that's going to be one of the focuses defensively. I thought our tackling got better as the year continued to progress, you know, and we didn't give up a lot of explosive plays toward the second half of the season, which was great to see. So those are the things we focus on this spring is just making sure, you know, first down, we got to get some negative plays, you know, and then on third down, we got to get off the field.
How big is it for you, Brian, to have so many of the newcomers that were able to enroll early, and especially at that safety position to where you really need some guys to step up this year?
Absolutely. It's awesome. I mean, to have all three guys that are safeties that we signed, all three of them here. You know, we had, you know, only 2 returning safeties coming back, you know. So we're having both of those guys back and then a new freshman. And then we added a transfer in Kendrick Duncan. So you got 4 new safeties and two guys that were on campus already. So it's awesome to get those guys now because, as we know, that's the back line of your defense, you know, and we got to make sure that those guys are on point and understand what we're trying to get done and accomplish defensively so we can execute it and don't give up the big plays in the back end. But it's awesome, man, to get those guys out there, especially those rookies, man. Them guys, check the food, y'all. It's going so fast. So, but it's awesome to see, man. But they're adjusting and not complaining and ready to go. So I'm excited.
A follow-up on Duncan, he sure looks the part, and his film looks the part. Your kind of expectations for him and how big it was to get him as a transfer.
Nah, man, I expect Kendrick to come in and play like an all ACC player, you know, because it's just like you said, he looks it, but he also plays like it, you know. So he's not a look like Tarzan, plays like Jane, whatever it is, but he plays like Tarzan too, you know. So he's a smart cat, man, that understands what we're doing. Like I said before, he's in a similar defense. So he's teaching these young guys, you know, calls and checks and things of that nature. He's just another quarterback on the field. That's awesome to have back there, and we're excited to have him on our squad.
Hey, Brian, Michael McCammon, Cardinal Authority. Can you also take a moment and just kind of talk about the promotion that you recently got and that whole experience? I know you had some schools expressing some interest in you. Kind of take us through that process real quick and your thoughts on what that promotion means to you.
Man, it just means a lot. You know, means that Coach Satterfield and our administration believe in what we're trying to get accomplished here, and you know, just understand that you got to have great continuity in order to be successful in anything, whether it's in a business and in our profession in college sports and football in general. So you know, it was awesome just to be able to get a promotion, you know, from Coach Sat. And you know, I do want to be a head coach at some point in my career.
Go ahead and throw it out there.
And them throwing a little bit more, you know, responsibilities on my plate.
Good job, Coach.
I can take some on Coach Sat. That's also great. And it's a blessing just to be wanted by a great.
What do y'all think about him throwing that out there? I do want to be a head coach at some point. What do y'all think about that one? I'm reading the comments, but I'll go back to playing it.
Institution as here at Louisville, and so we're excited, and it's also good to be wanted by other schools as well. So that
easy back. I
you
feel
know what you're doing is something, you're doing something right, and
it's
people,
part of the game. You're doing something right.
See it, you know, from the outside. But it's also just great that our kids are doing things the right way. And Coach Sat, just a great guy. When a guy.
But okay, I'll pause it. But Easy Mac, do you want the 60-year-old settled, mature coach, or you want young and hungry? Like, you want young and hungry. In my opinion, like I said, I don't mind young and hungry as long as you're not just really like you. Okay, I don't like the one and done coach. But I want you to have a one and done mentality. Does that make sense? Actually, let me write that down right now. Hold on. One and done coach versus one and done mentality. I'll bring that up to Steve tomorrow during the show. But you want them to say, listen, he turned down Tennessee. Oh, Antron, I totally agree with that. Yeah, right. Lauren, you need somebody that's maneuverable, especially like in a day and age we live in. You need people who are agile, who can adjust. Hold on. This is a serious one. Hold on. No, I mean, they're still the gold standard, though. They're the ACC gold standard. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Easy Mac. I know what you're saying with that. Like I said, but again, when Tennessee comes knocking at your door, and all these guys want to be head coaches.
I've been as loyal as he has to myself.
You ever seen Coach Satterfield's house?
You know, how can I not be loyal to him? You know, and do right by him as well. So it was just great. We're just excited to be here and excited to keep this thing rolling in year number 3.
Did you know that you and your family may qualify for roofing relief this winter?
Come on, Louisville. Y'all put way too many commercials on y'all YouTube channel.
Hey, Brian Cameron again. You mentioned the safeties. You're bringing back, obviously, some guys at corner, Catrell Clark, Chandler Jones, Greedy Vance. You brought some new guys in. when you look at this secondary, is it a group you think can up that interception number from last year and do it on a consistent basis next year?
Absolutely, I really do. I think when you talk about the corner standpoint with Chandler, that this will be year number 3. He's getting so much more comfortable and understanding what we're doing, and you see him taking chances, and that's awesome because now he has a really good grasp of the defense and understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Same thing with Trey.
Taking
this
chances.
Year number 2. He didn't even have an off season with us, so he came right in and it was, hey, plug and play. It wasn't.
He came in and was all ACC
for him. So he's kind of like in that, that true freshman type phase within off season. So it's great for him, off-season program in the weight room, as well as us, in off-season with our PLPs and now spring ball. So that's going to be great for him. And then same thing for Greedy. It's going to be great for those guys to be able to help, even the younger guys. But I do think, even from a safety standpoint, even though those guys are younger, they're a little bit really they're athletic, and now you'll be able to see some guys being able to make some plays on some balls.
Younger and athletic.
And knock on some wood that we'll be able to up that interception total next year.
A quick follow-up to that. I think you touched on it. Is the trade-off for not having so many maybe experienced safeties that you have a bunch of long athletic guys that can kind of get all over the field?
Oh, absolutely. We talk about it all the time. We want guys that are able to play multiple positions.
Longer, athletic.
And, from a safety standpoint, all of those guys should be able to walk down and play our card to the field. They should always be able to do that. We should always have some wheel linebackers that are able to play the card to the field or the mic, to be able to play multiple positions. When you got that, then you're a really athletic defense. And then the ceiling is high. The ceiling is high for you to be able to do what you want to do and to give teams different looks at different times. And we're excited to be able to have some longer athletic guys that you could possibly move around if a guy gets hurt, or in this case now COVID. Now you got guys that can move around and play multiple positions, and that's going to help our defense.
Hey, Coach, this is Matt McGavick with Sports Illustrated. Obviously, for the first couple of days of spring training, some of the returning players should have some idea of what to expect since you're just instilling fundamentals and whatnot. But how have the newcomers fared over the first couple of practices, and who is someone who's starting to get acclimated to some of the procedures?
Right now, Matt, those freshman heads are doing this and just spinning. So that's what they're doing right now because we go so fast in practice, man. And we have some really, really good skill, especially in the secondary. I mean,
he's enjoying this
to where guys are just running super fast and they're like, holy cow! Like these guys are really fast,
That's awesome.
But the one thing I love about those guys, they're coming in and they're trying to get extra work in the film room. You rarely have that. We didn't have that a lot in the last couple of years here.
Look at his eyes, y'all. Look at his smile.
To learn. They're easy to coach. They want to get better. They're challenging each other.
It's awesome
to see, man. It's awesome to see. So you got a guy like Ben Perry, who's doing a tremendous job for us right now in the first couple of days. He understands football and he loves it.
Listen to him,
he's
y'all.
in our staff meetings every single day, just trying to get extra work and trying to see what we're trying to put in for the day. You look at a guy like TJ Quinn, who's getting great reps, Braylon Oliver. But I think the one guy that's shown a lot of flash every single day, whether it's PLPs or even the first 2 days, is Ashton Galati. I mean, that cat is quick, man. He's quick as all get out, and he plays with a relentless effort. So we're excited to have him, on his defense in here as early as he is right now.
Ryan, hey, you talk about the defensive line and the front, just being there for a little while. The biggest difference is Coach Ivy's got a lot of numbers now, and he's going to get more. How are you? Do you feel like you're getting there? Do you feel like that this season you can be where you want to be as far as depth is concerned up front?
I think so. I think when you look at the actual depth on paper, I think we no doubt are getting there. I think this year, number-wise, we'll be where we want to be. But then you got a lot of young guys too. So experience for actual depth. That's kind of where
development.
you have a trade-off in a way. But we're most definitely getting there. I think having TP coming back, that helped us, with the experience. Having Yaya back, that helped us, the one spot where we're kind of young a little bit is at the nose spot. With
That's
Desmond
what
Taylor
bothers
and
me,
Malik
y'all.
Clark, hadn't played a whole lot. But I think we got a lot of really good young guys that are ready to come in and step into a role and playing a lot early. And that's what we expect, especially for those guys that are not here at the end spot, that are not here right now. We expect those guys to come in and plug and play.
And can you just speak to what Coach Sirianno and his staff have done for guys? I mean, looking at Nick Okeke,
Look at Rocco in the background, y'all.
They look different than they did a month and a half ago.
Man, him and his staff do a tremendous job. I've been with Coach Mike going on since 2014, so that's what 7 years or so, 7-8 years, and you can just tell. He takes the before and after pictures. And those guys' bodies,
they gotta put on a lot of weight, y'all. Come on.
And you, like you said, you can attest to that because you saw those guys a month and a half ago, and now they're bigger. Same thing for our
We
freshmen.
gotta get a lot bigger.
They've been here going on 4 weeks now, and they're bigger. They're weighing a lot more. Their physique has changed. But he does a good job of getting those guys in shape, getting those guys mentally ready. He does an awesome job of challenging those guys each and every day. But he does a tremendous job, him and his staff both.
All right, guys, we got to roll.
Ashley Home Store's biggest President's Day sale.
That's good sports information directors right there working. Okay, that was one. There's one more y'all know we got to get to. Let me see if it's down here. Am I still sharing? Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if. Okay, it's not there. I gotta play it all the way out. Hold on, give me a couple seconds, y'all. Yeah, he had to get everybody out of there for because of the you gotta get everybody out of there because of the weather. I forgot. Okay, this is the other one, y'all. Hold on. First and foremost, what did y'all think about that? Does he sound like he's enjoying his squad? Hold on. I'll go back up to the comments. Okay. Young and hungry. Okay, I asked the question, and this is where y'all comments started about you want young and hungry versus experienced and settled. Everybody wants young and open to more things. Okay, yeah, I saw that one. Clemson is the blueprint. This is our transition year. Keep Court Dennison promoting the associate. DC, keep Mark Ivy, possibly bring in some other dudes to make the overall staff. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Listen, we were all mad. We were all mad about the flirtation because we're emotional. So they can jump ship until they really go through a full recruiting cycle with their own seniors. Yeah, I know. But yeah, like I said, I don't like them actually pulling one and dones, but I do like the one and done mentalities. Let your investments build. Yeah, listen, Easy Mac. I'm not, like I said, I can't argue with it, but okay, like I can tell somebody, you know how it is. You can tell somebody, hey, you're better off hanging on to this investment, but or you're better off not getting into debt. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. Some people see it and they jump for it, and some people don't mind letting it build. So I think the industry kind of separates itself from, okay, Charlie Strong ended up hurting himself. People who jump after, what is it, the story, the dog that jumps after the bone in the water, like that's what separates the field. You got to have people who jump ship to appreciate people who stay. Don't you appreciate Brian Brown so much more when he says loyalty, stay with this coach. He hasn't failed me yet. You got to let people jump ship, or your loyalty wouldn't be important. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to take the bad with the good. And barely get views on it. Listen, I don't know how many views they get or not. I don't even know if they advertise it like they should. But maybe I should go run a YouTube account. We heard about the coaching position. Yeah, listen. You mean Dennison? You mean Dennison, right? Curious to see what we get from Pete Thomas. It better be better. It better be better because I'm a hold Malik to a really high standard. It's 19th in pass defense last year, barely any. I know. Like people, like I said, they hang on to these narratives from the guy I played earlier, and the constant local hating, and then they think like they don't even like looking at the positives. It's just like the weather. Like listen, everybody has been watching the weather. If they said it probably won't be that bad, everybody would change the channel. So I understand why they feel like they gotta, do troll business and can't be positive. But if y'all gonna get feared into just living in the closet and connecting to the internet and not seeing what's going on in the world, like y'all can have at it. Service Academy, got to be the reason he's not a Knox. But I know, Jeff. If he thought he was gonna suck, he would have left. Yeah, I know, Antron. It's hard to get big boy nose guards. I agree with that too. You got to get a grad transfer. He's seeing the potential. I agree. You got to get a big body, or you just got to stuff. You literally gonna have to what's the movie 7 where they tied the dude and put spaghetti in front of him, and actually like you don't even get to come up to breathe. I'm gonna put so much food and pasta and protein in you. I'm gonna turn you into a 400-pound nose guard. I know it sounds like horrible, and I'm not allowed to say that publicly, but y'all get my point. They're gonna have to force feed 3 guys so we can have some weight at the nose guard. Very bright future. He still got to raise promotion, helping him get a head coaching job, and he threw it out there. He wants to be a head coach. That's perfect. Anyone knows Kansas only 8 wins behind UK now on the all-time list? Ooh. Brent. Thank you, Brent. Thank you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Brent, that was such a good point, Brent, that I'm going to risk waking up Rummage. I'm literally going to risk waking him up to make that point. He's probably asleep. He got the baby all day. I talked to him early. He's been going to sleep early lately too. Ooh, he didn't answer. Brent, what a great point. While nobody's looking, Brown's going to do big things with the enthusiasm. Yeah, I mean, you could just see in his face. He's happy about his team. At Honeywell, okay. I'm gonna throw that by him in the morning. Oh, Sean. No, Sean. This is everybody. Y'all read this right here. This is not a Dave or Drew Diener thing. You can't talk about UK losing without bringing up something bad about Louisville. there's been a meeting. There was a meeting somewhere in this city. There is a meeting, or there's a media Illuminati, and I'm not a part of it. And I haven't gotten invited yet. I think the Arkansas stuff pissed them off. Listen, I think the Tom Jurich Living in America show that I did, something I did pissed off the Illuminati to where they won't invite me in this meeting. In this media Illuminati local meeting, the number one rule is you cannot criticize Kentucky or BBN without immediately following it up with a Louisville negative. That's the only way you get kicked out of the Louisville media Illuminati. I'm convinced of it. If you went back and if you went back and podcast replayed a calendar year and listened to a negative comment about, and I'm talking about everybody, you immediately must follow it up with the Louisville negative, if not 2 or 3, depending on how harsh you are on the Kentucky program. You have to follow it up with at least 3. If you're really hard on Kentucky, to every 1 negative Kentucky point, you must follow it with 3 negative Louisville points, or the worst Louisville point you can bring up. That's mandatory. The only way you get kicked out of the Louisville media Illuminati is if you say something negative about Kentucky and don't follow it up with some Louisville hate. But it's okay to laugh and parade and hate on Louisville. Listen, any Louisville shade, do it all day. Not Kentucky. But here's the thing too. But we're all neutral. I mean, I tell it like it is. I tell it like it is. No, I can say I root for Louisville. I'm a Louisville alum. I can laugh at Kentucky. I can say Isaiah Jackson is one of the most talented players y'all have had. I mean, not have had, but on the team. He should never be coming out the game. His motor, he should never come out the game. BJ Boston, y'all are screwing him up. Dante Allen, it's your fault, coach. You're screwing up Dante Allen. Why can't we say that and say I root for Kentucky? Nah. You bring up Dante Allen and Coach Cal in negative light, you got to say NCAA sanctions. You got to say 2-10 Louisville football and Bobby Petrino. You are contractually obligated to respond with any negative criticism. Bobby Petrino, sanctions, championship vacation. I literally think maybe somebody's gonna knock. Media Illuminati. You had 3 Kentucky negative comments, and you didn't repent. Pack your bags, come with us. That's the only answer. That's the only answer. Brent, I'm glad you said that. That's a great one. Yes, the DB's got him excited for sure. Secondaries early. Brent needs to come back for more. Just drop some awesome. Brent, that's a good hit. I'm gonna be cheering my nuts off for Kansas for the rest of the year. Kansas should put in games. Kansas should capitalize. Oh no, Brent! I just realized the NCAA is going to take Kansas wins. Why didn't I see that coming? Brent, The NCAA is going to wipe out at least 2 years of Kansas wins. How did we not see that coming, y'all? Thank you for the information, Brent. But yes, good call. I'm glad you're not invited, Lauren. Listen, but sometimes I want to know what's going on in there too. I don't like being excluded from the Louisville Media Illuminati. I mean, I don't want to join. I want to know what's going on in there, though. But that is funny. I guarantee it, Sean. They hate him already because of that video. No, and again, just getting in the but, and here's the thing. Y'all keep them off my back. Like, y'all don't realize, like, y'all, when y'all ride for me, listen, if I make a joke on the show and y'all just happen to be watching and y'all put a comment, they read all that stuff. They read everything every time I get tagged into something, or every time we have a funny show in the late night and y'all tweet about it or Facebook or text in. Everybody reads that and it pisses them off. Listen, when y'all retweet funny stuff that I post or do, it pisses them off so much. That's why they send producers to listen to every second of my show. Oh my God. So listen, sometimes I don't even get mad at them for hating because y'all got my back. And it pisses them off so much. Oh, I wish y'all could see the reactions when we on the night show or we during the midday show get everybody talking about something, or even Rummage when he gets everybody buzzing about something. It pisses everybody off. Because we're not in the Louisville Media Illuminati. So listen, if something happens to me, whatever it is, it's not true. Y'all have literally, for the last couple of months, y'all have lived with me. You get me 10 to 12. You get me from 11 to 1. And so if they tell y'all that I'm running if I'm running a gambling ring or something, because something coming, y'all. Knock on wood, but they coming. Listen, Steve lives out in the county. He might be able to dodge it, but they coming. Don't worry about that. Billy, I don't know, and I really stopped caring for the most part. Once I saw players are going to schools that have postseason bans, I'm like, yeah, and the NCAA is losing power by the day. So I don't freak out about that. But I know what you're saying. Yes, Todd. Yes, they're going to take away those wins. Yes, you're gonna hate me for my ambition. Yeah. Yeah, no, Travis, listen, everybody reads that. Listen, here's the thing. Everybody says they don't care, right? They don't care what people say. They don't care. They all go straight. Listen, they all are logged into the text line. So on their phone, they sit around and read what the texts are going into the show. So think about how pissed somebody would get if they're like, if somebody texts to the text line and says, yeah, Marcus, your show is better than everybody else's. I really don't listen to everybody else too much. Think about how pissed off you're going to be if you're somebody else. I guys shouldn't be laughing about that. I'm trying to. I'm empathetic, but y'all. You got my back, Lauren. Y'all, because I'm gonna need y'all to have my back. Okay, listen, y'all. Listen. Something very important happens in this next video. Keetrell Clark. Wait, I gotta start this over. Listen to your alpha male cornerback Trey Clark. I'm sorry, not grad transfer. Transfer from Liberty, who Marcus Maben told y'all was gonna be a problem, right? Told y'all this kid was gonna be a problem. Listen to his energy talking about real football. Oh, y'all can't hear it. Sorry, I screwed up. I'm sitting here listening to it. Y'all just listen. I'm sorry, I blew that one. Start over. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Players mess up too.
I'm curious. Obviously, the defense took a big step forward.
Listen to the comments, y'all.
What I guess how have you seen the guys this offseason maybe more hungry to build up that success?
Man, everybody is buying in.
I'm just getting my charger.
Getting extra work in more than previous. When I first got here, after practice, you might see about 15 guys getting extra work in, even if we had a long practice or, we just had a long run. Everybody might go inside the weight room and might catch some balls. I just feel like everybody's just more hungry because, they don't want to lose. We don't want to lose no more. We want to be top dogs. We're tired of being the underdogs. So we want to be the Clemson of the ACC. You feel me? We want to take over, and I feel like to do that, we got to put the work in that's necessary.
Y'all hear that, man?
I feel like everybody is hungry. I know I'm hungry. 4-7, 3-7, whatever. That ain't what we want. So I feel like we just changing the narrative and we elevating the standard.
Trey, hey, it's Jody Dillman with Cardinal Authority. When Coach was just talking, you got here so late and you were just kind of like plug and play, as he said. This year, you get a spring ball, you get a fall camp. When you look back, how crazy was it early on? And you ended up having a great season, even though you didn't get here till late. How crazy was it early for you? And how much benefit is this spring going to be?
Well, it was crazy. I came at a time, we was going straight into fall camp, and, the season was a couple weeks away. So I basically just had to learn everything that the corner did. I didn't worry about who was my help, where the linebackers was going to be, what the safeties had to do. I was just worrying about what did I have to do, So now trying to become a captain of this defense, I'm trying to learn everybody's position now. And being that I have a spring, and I'm going to have a fall camp, I feel like it's going to be dangerous. It really is. I feel like this year is going to be not being cocky in a way, but I feel like it's going to be a great season for me because I get to learn the playbook in and out and have the time to work with it and look at it more than I did when I first came in. Because like you said, when I first came in, it was kind of like, everything in my face. So now it's like, all right, everything calm down. I can look at the playbook and I can look and take the time to look at where my safety is going to be in this coverage and this coverage. So now it can put me in better positions to know, all right, he's going to be right there. So I can take this, and I can trust him that he's going to be there because I know now. So I feel
y'all
like
hear this, right?
Just, it's good now.
Trail Michael McCammon from Cardinal Authority. Kind of to follow up on that a little bit, with so many new faces coming in, like you were before fall camp,
right?
Coming in, participating in the spring. Now that you're one of those veterans, what do you have advice for these guys? Do you help them show the ropes, whether it's in the weight room or on the practice field?
Most definitely. I try to talk to them all the time, tell them about trusting the process. Cause some of these guys, they came from some good high schools and had 3 stars, 4 stars, and and I try to tell them, even though you had all those big offers, you here now. Everybody was the top dog at their high school, so that doesn't matter anymore. So now it's all about trusting the process. Now doing the things that you need to do so you can get.
How mature does he
stand
sound?
out? Because at the end of the day, Coach Brown don't care if you was a 4-star in high school. If you were, because at the end of the day,
You hear that?
he want players that he can trust and put on the field, whether they had 0 stars or anything. Because for instance, I didn't have any stars. They try to give me some stars now, but
y'all hear this,
but
man?
I didn't have any stars. So it's all about your drive and motivation. So I try to talk to them younger guys like Braylon Oliver and a couple other guys, and just telling them like, man, just trust the process, and it's not gonna be easy. But it will get easier as much as you put your work in. So I just try to tell them young guys, and we just try to get some extra work after practice with them. And on the weekends we might get some extra work. Try to bring them on along the way, because some of the young guys that just came in, they came early, so they were really supposed to be in high school right now. So they above the game, right? So just putting them a step higher. So when we get to fall camp, and the other freshmen come in, they already gonna be like they were better, like they veterans already. So it's all about that.
Y'all hear this?
Hey.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Jeff, thank you. Does that listen? Jeff, can y'all believe that when we were getting transferred, Trey Clark, well, I'm gonna try to, it's Trey Clark. He likes going by Trey Clark. I'm gonna change it to Trey Clark. Can y'all believe that when Trey Clark was transferring to Louisville, right, from Liberty, I looked up all the articles about him. I looked up his sophomore, junior, and senior articles about him. You look at what people say. You look at the way he moves on the field. So when I do a radio show, my name's on the line when I'm talking about a player. So I background a player and I say, nah, this dude got it. He's probably going to come in and play right away, right? Think about this. I say he's going to play right away. He's going to do some damage, right? All those producers sat in there, listened to a show, and they had an hour laugh session about how Marcus and Steve think that Trey Clark, or Trey Clark from Liberty, Liberty. Y'all can't see that this dude, y'all can't listen to an interview about this dude and say he got something different. What do y'all do all day? Do y'all even like sports? Or do you just get on there to hate on everybody? Because anybody with a sports peanut of a brain can listen to that dude talk and watch him move on a football field for a couple of seconds and say, he's different. Y'all can't spot that out? You think he sucks because he comes from Liberty? He just told you, I didn't have any stars, but everybody was the best all time in their high schools. You think Carleek Jones can't play because he went to Radford? He had bad grades. They didn't think he was going to qualify. I think he Prop 48'd when he went to Radford. He's from like Cincinnati, Ohio, a small school. Like, he didn't get recruited like that. But you can look at Carleek Jones and say he can play. Think about this. The rest of the nation had a grad transfer out of Radford University, the #1 grad transfer in the country. Consensus #1 grad transfer in the country. And some people that I work around thought it was funny that Marcus and Steve said that kid out of Radford, Carly Jones, can really play. Y'all think that's funny? Liberty cornerback transfers. Marcus and Steve are back in the fourth, and we're sharing articles. We're looking at video. This dude can play. What are you going to do? Get transfers from Radford and transfers from Liberty? Yeah, good luck with that. Now y'all see why I don't go back and forth. Right? Vaughn, did you hear that, man? Antron, did you hear that, man? Yeah, like you hear that. Listen, you can go back to his junior year videos and you hear how he's talking. You hear how people talking about him. You hear what he's looking for out on a field. This is when I can take my chances. This is once you trust this guy, this is when you can take your chances. You're going to be like a veteran when the freshmen get here. Just get, hey, I noticed it was only 15 people get extra work in. Like he's just going off the head. He's not like thinking about what the coaches didn't tell him to get on camera and say that. He's telling you what it's like when you are a big time athlete. This is what I noticed. Boom, 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 boom. This is what I tell the young guys. Do this, 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 and this. He tells the young guys, I know what y'all are thinking. Yes, y'all were good in high school. Coach Brown, he doesn't care what star you have. I didn't have stars. They're trying to, retroactively give me stars. All that in 4 minutes and 32 seconds of interview, you got so much information about a human being. And all y'all did is looked at Liberty and said, oh, Liberty, he sucks. Like, could y'all imagine if you were being judged by a media market simply by what school you're transferring from? Can you imagine that a local media is going to tell everybody in the city, everybody in the state, people listen to this show from Florida to California to Alaska. They text into the show, hey, Marcus, listening from, Orlando, listening from San Francisco, listening from Montana, listening from Alaska. So media is telling everybody who will listen, this kid sucks because he's from Liberty. And you didn't do any more digging than that. Either he sucks because he's from Liberty, or he sucks because I don't like Louisville. Could you imagine if you're a mom or a dad and your kid's going to Louisville and you turn on local media, anything other than my show, and all you hear is this kid sucks, ha, ha, ha. Does Louisville think a transfer from Liberty is going to be any good? Does Louisville think a transfer from Radford is going to be any good? He's going to be the best cornerback in the conference next year. Carly Jones is going to be the player of the year, or if not the player of the year, he's going to be the runner-up. Could you imagine being a parent listening to local media who don't know anything about your athlete kid, who works his ass off, and you see it, and they're just clowning him because he transferred from Liberty? Not to mention, he transferred from Liberty because of the racial issues on campus. So just throw that in there too. But yeah, you're clowning Radford and Liberty transfers because they're from Radford and Liberty. Very mature Enots. Ross, I gotta admit, when I saw 13, all I was thinking was Kentucky losses. Oh. And Travis, and you're getting the #1 JUCO point guard in L. Ellis next year. And they're finding a way to hate on it. I hope you're not going to rely on L. Ellis. Are we going to do this again? Really? Yes, Chris. Looking below the surface. Yes, Chris, that's exactly the point. That's 100% the exact point. You got to look like if Liberty dominates their conference and they upset Power Fives, and you say you don't think there's players on that team that are worthy of top caliber programs, it's pathetic. Ellis, Florida JUCO. I don't know the name right off the top of my head. The name, hold on, we can all look that up just as quick. The name, Tallahassee Community College. And listen, and his JUCO year didn't count against him. So he's going to have, normally a JUCO is only going to have 2 years. L. Ellis is going to have 3 years of eligibility at the University of Louisville. And he can't wait to get here. You know what I'm saying? Like L. Ellis, the #1 JUCO point guard in the nation, is coming to Louisville. And guess what he does? Every single game. You win, go Cards. You lose, don't worry about it, fellas. I got y'all back. Listen, I'm blanking on all my names right now. He gets on every recruit's page, compliments them all for good games. Keep your head up. He retweets, reshares all the players that Louisville is either committed or thinking about coming here. He's on all of their pages every day, shouting them out. L. Ellis and Bobby Pettiford. Wait, who was it? I think it's Ellis and Pettiford. They watched the Kentucky game together. They got together to watch the Kentucky-Louisville game. That's a program, y'all. That's a program. And listen, and again, it took state intervention, illegal state intervention, to get Louisville in the position it is now. And I mean sabotage. Reorganize the board, try to take your money, all that good stuff. And Ellis is killing it too. But listen, locally, you won't hear how good L. Ellis is playing. You won't hear how good. Listen. This is what happened one time, y'all. And I feel like I'm just spilling all the tea, but that's why y'all come here. This actually happened. Van Lith, the women's player, Haley Van Lith. She used to work out with Kobe and his daughter. Our point guard, our 2 guard, the white girl that got game, Van Lith, from California, committed to the University of Louisville, right? Brian Hall put that in the Sports Center. Somebody who's in charge told Brian to take that out of the Sports Center. Top women's player in California. Y'all know how big California is? She might have been the #1 player in America. They told Brian, Brian put it in the Sports Center that she signed or committed to play the University of Louisville. Somebody told him, nobody cares about that. The number one women's player in America is coming to Louisville. And they tried to suppress that information through Brian. So as mad as I get at Brian Hall, I know Brian's not scared of authority. James, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know, James. That's what I'm saying. He's probably better than that. He's probably better than that. But if you're not on a super team or if you're not with a Nike elite AAU program, you like being number one and not in an elite Nike program is like they start you out at 55 or 60. If you're the top Adidas high school or Adidas AAU team, you start at 50. That's like the highest you go. So y'all numbers don't. Nobody outside of the top, like nobody inside of the top 50 is anything but Nike. Grassroots. They said it all the time, James. Vanderheiden. That's Chris. That's who I was thinking of. Thank you. Eric Vanderheiden. Yeah. Yeah, like Ellis is making sure. Pettiford's making sure. These dudes are building a relationship. And listen, while all y'all, and Billy, I'll mess with you on this one. Billy, while you're worried about sanctions, I got some young boys that don't give a about NCAA sanctions. I got 6 players who know they're better than what they're ranked, who got a chip on their shoulder, just like Chris Mack. Don't care. Don't care where y'all rank me. I'm going up to Louisville and I'm going to bust y'all from Louisville. I'm going up there. I don't care about whatever y'all, whatever sanctions y'all talking about. I don't care. Me, Bobby, Eric, Mike James, we going to Louisville. DeAndre Davis's baby brother. I don't care. I'm going to Louisville. DeAndre Davis got every opportunity. When he gets benched, he got every opportunity to complain. Hey, man, don't come here. DeAndre Davis tells his little brother, this is where it's at. This is a program. Do you think UK has better basketball facilities than Louisville? They don't. Bryce Hopkins is going there for the name. The facilities at Louisville are better than 95% of anywhere you'll go in the country. 95%. You think Duke? Go to Duke when the bleachers aren't out. It sucks. The campus is beautiful. The campus is beautiful, pristine. It sucks. It sucks. Gym sucks. All these places suck. And I'm not saying suck like I hate. I'm saying they don't compare to Louisville. They're young. They don't have Yum centers and practice facilities. Yeah, Jeff, I'm looking at that. Bobby has some swag, dog. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, Coach Mack is starting to see the guys that he needs at Louisville. If I can't get the superior athlete, I got to get the dog. I got to get the dog. The dog doesn't look as pretty. He doesn't look as, he's not the all bust team. When you look at Kentucky's statistically like the 3rd tallest team in college basketball. Think about that. Kentucky is like the 3rd tallest team in all of college. And all those dudes are athletic. And they're getting busted. James, thank you so much for supporting the channel. You are the reason everybody else can get pissed off, and I don't care. You are the reason that I don't mind going hard against the media Illuminati. So I do appreciate it. And cheers for an evening cocktail. Travis, right. The more dog, the more better athletes, you know what I'm saying? But it's the attitude first. Again, if you're not the top athlete that's just raw talent, like superior raw talent, but right underneath that is you got to have an attitude like Trey Clark. Because that's the only way you get over the top. By the way, while Cal's up there acting up, did y'all see Coach Beard for Texas Tech acting up too? Listen, I thought he was the perfect, Chris Beard, I thought it was the perfect fit for Kentucky, and I was scared that that's actually going to happen. But after I saw him acting up, I might be okay with it. Because if he's not instant success, they'll drive him crazy. They're going to drive him crazy. Yeah, I agree, Easy Mac. What you said is the absolute truth. Wait a minute. Did y'all see, speaking of Illuminati, I should have said that. Speaking of, well, what's the nickname? What's the nickname? We need a nickname. Because I need, if y'all are here, if y'all waited this long, if y'all hung out with me for the last 90 minutes or whatever, I need y'all to hang with me like 4 more minutes. Listen. Yeah, it was ready to fight a ref, Antron. Listen, speaking of the media, second coming of Billy G, I did see that. Hold on, y'all. Look what happened yesterday. Oh, I hope I didn't delete it. Hold on. I hope I did not delete that. Oh no, I think I did. Hold on. Maybe I took a screenshot of it. Oh, Fabian. Did they take it off? Oh, Fabian, I think I screenshotted it for a reason. Hold on. I got to check in and I got to go through my history because I know when I saw it, I got alarmed. I'm going to try to find it, y'all. Let me go to the bottom. Bang, bang, bang. Hold on. Maybe this is it. Oh, here it is. Here it is, y'all. I found it. So, speaking of secret societies, the elite, that's perfect. Listen, this is what happened yesterday. Fabian put something on my Facebook wall. When I was doing the Kentucky clowning yesterday, he posted something on my Facebook wall about Kentucky. This is what he posted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look, he posted this on my wall. All it is that Leonardo, Calvin Candy, Django image. And all it says is 5 and 13. That's it. 5 and 13 on the Facebook wall. It's a picture of Calvin Candy holding a drink saying 5 and 13 on it. Hold on, let me take off this comment so y'all can see this. Leading health organizations say information in this post may mislead people about vaccines. The picture had 5 and 13 on it. And this is what showed up on my wall, blocking the comments. I'm uncomfortable with that. I'm uncomfortable with censorship because I might not like you, but one day, listen, I might not like what you say, but one day I'm going to say something that somebody doesn't like. And I'll protect your right to say what you want as long as my right to say what I want is protected. Because censors are wrong a lot of times. They don't get the point. So mass censorship scares me. Who knows what you're going to censor next? I don't like giving you the authority to censor people for me. Let my ears, let me hear it all, and let me decide what I believe or what I want to research or what I don't think so. That's why I say what I say about censorship and stuff. Yeah, so people, hold on, let me see this. Yeah. No. I know thank you, Secretary. I know it's unblocked now. But the fact that it was even censored to begin with was a problem. That's why I screenshotted it. So I could show y'all. Y'all wouldn't even believe me. They censored that. That is scary. That's what I'm saying. That is scary. That's censored. Their bots are just out here mass censoring. What if something's true that they don't want to get out? Now you can bot mass censor it all. Hey, y'all need to find out this is poisoning people. You know what I'm saying? The Detroit water is bad. Bot censor. So all of our social media has bot censors on everything now. That got censored. So I think, listen, well, if I don't make it to the show tomorrow, it's been fun. And I'm happy. I'm happy, people. So any story that comes behind that I'm not happy, I'm really, really, really happy. I drive safe. I don't take any medications. I'm going to have a cocktail this evening, and that's it. I'm going to mix some of my pot roast with a little rice, and that's it. So whatever else you hear is not true. Take good care of yourselves. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy.